So the vocabularies of children who have 50 or fewer words in those vocabularies turn out to be heavily concentrated, perhaps unsurprisingly, on the experiences the child actually has. For example, names for people in their lives, food, body parts, clothing, animals, household items. And what you may notice about all of these types of things is that they are actually a lot of things, right? There are a lot of nouns, which means in the early vocabularies of children who have 50 or fewer words, there tends to be what's called a noun bias. So the large proportion of the vocabulary is made up of nouns rather than other words like verbs or adjectives or prepositions. And in fact, a 2015 study confirmed this, that in tens of thousands of children in English and Spanish and Norwegian and Danish, all of their early vocabularies, that under 50 word vocabulary, seems to have an overrepresentation of nouns, seems to have a noun bias. And again, this is in contrast with adults and older children who have more variety, including more abstract nouns as opposed to these very concrete experiences, and other types of words like prepositions such as with or from, determiners that, for example, go in front of a noun like a or the, and adjectives like silly. And so, why might this be? And there's been a lot of interest in what's going on with the preponderance of nouns. And one idea is that the meaning of nouns is easier to identify than the meaning of other words like verbs. And you can see this demonstrated in this particular example. So we have here 4 instances of kitty. And so if someone says kitty in each of these 4 times, you can probably figure out some aspects of kittydom, like what kitty is referring to, probably the thing that's sort of centered in each of these pictures. But here are 2 instances of give, right? And there's a lot of stuff going on. And as an adult, you can say, okay, yeah, these are instances of give, but it's a little harder to sort of figure out what's in common across these scenes. And so this idea is one thought for why nouns might be easier to initially figure out compared with verbs.